Okay, this is going to be a quick demonstration on how to make one activity restricted until another activity is completed. I'm in study space at the moment and I've set my role to student. So if a student was seeing this page, as an example of it here, although this activity PC test quiz is there, I click on it but it won't run because basically it's restricted until a prior activity above is completed first. In this demo I'm going to set that same feature up for these two. So I've got two activities and I'll make sure they complete activity 1 before they start activity 2. Let's start by going back to my normal role. Okay, so I'm in as a teacher and I'm going to switch on editing. And it's quite simple to do. So I'm on the first activity. What I want to do on this is I want to make sure that the students actually go into the activity before it's shown as completed. I go into the settings for the activity and I don't need any of this. I've already set the activity up. It's just a dummy file. But what I want to do is come down to the section that says activity completion. If I click on this, it comes up with a prompt, and the default is the activity doesn't need to be clicked on or accessed to be shown as complete. I want to change that, so I'm going to say show activity as complete when conditions are met. It says conditions, but there's only one you can do, and that student must view this activity to complete it. So any student has got to go into this activity before it's shown as complete. Well, that's the first stage done. It doesn't make any difference to this activity. A student can still click on it, etc., but it won't be shown as complete until they go into it. I'm now going to go into this second activity and I want to make this restricted so they can't go into it until that is shown as complete, activity 1. So I'm going to change activity 2. I click on the settings icon here, and instead of going into activity completion, what I'm going to do is go into the section that says restrict access, which does what it says on the tin. It restricts access to this activity until certain conditions are met. And the condition I'm going to use, well, let's just go through it first. You click on add restriction. There's a range of options up here. We're going to look at some of those a little later. I'm just going to use activity completion. In other words, this activity I'm in, which is the activity 2, the access is going to be restricted until another activity is complete. And there's a number here. This is the one above it that I want to have finished first. So it simply says that student must, this activity, PC activity 1, must be marked as complete for this activity, the one we're in, to be used. And remember, I changed this first activity so that it can't be marked as complete until they go in it. And that's basically it. Let's go and look at what we've got. I'm in as a teacher so I can see both of these, but a student, as you can see there, would say this second activity is not available unless that one is actually complete. It's fairly basic, but it does control to a certain extent the order in which students can complete activities. They've got to do them in the order that you set.